Hi, it's Wycliffe Barrett here with a very short blog today. Vlog, not blog. I always get that wrong. I get asked, I don't know how many times in a week, about my settings for Xplane 10. As we know, Xplane 10 is really complex, and with the settings and all the tools that we have, we can get some absolutely stunning images and have a fantastic flight environment. Here you see the 777 from Flight Factor. Just coming out of Cardiff, and what you can see here is really quite really nice. So what I thought I'd do with this vlog is talk about the settings. Everybody gets confused about Xplane Settings. They look at the settings dialog and they really freak out. So what I've done here is I've put this up, and really it's quite simple because it's in sections. This top section here is all about your settings, or graphic settings. This section here is what you draw on the screen, okay? And then this screen down here is special effects. This one here is cloud, and at the bottom here this is special viewing options. This here is the most important bit. So up at the top, first of all, you've got things like compress textures with VRAM. So you want to compress the textures, so yeah, you tick that. In terms of resolution, you choose what resolution you want, okay? Everything else, do not lock your monitor to the frame rates, leave it as is, okay? And then gamma, I've got mine set at 2.2. all of these untick because all they do is use resources, and at 33,000 feet you're not going to see very much. In terms of stuff to draw, you'll notice that I've got tree hugger on, I've got tons of objects, tons of roads, and Kansas residential for the traffic. On the right hand side here, high detail default, 3D on aircraft, and reflections default. Set clouds at 10%. You don't need more than that, especially if you're using SkyMax Pro version 2. These special effects are what you do need to tick, okay? You can pause the film and just look at those, okay? All of this leave as default, okay? Just leave that as default, but remember this number here at the bottom is vital, because that is the number, that is the amount of VRAM that you're using off your graphics card. Mine's set quite high. I've got a 4 gig graphics card, so I could actually turn on lots more eye candy if I so wanted to. I could put my settings way higher, but I don't. I'm quite happy with that. So here I've highlighted in red the important areas, right? These are the areas of greatest importance that you need to make sure that you got correct, yeah? Also, you need to look at the VRAM right up at the top there, and the one in the middle under special effects is HDR anti-aliasing, and then anisotropic filtering, and you'll have heard of anisotropic filtering obviously from the FSX environment, but in Xplane it's slightly different, okay? You can go up to 16 times anisotropic filtering. Anisotropic filtering gets rid of jagged lines, but I found that 4 times is more than enough for myself on my machine. I have put it up to 16 times anisotropic filtering, and I see very little difference. So that's it, a quick vlog on settings. I hope you found that useful. The problem, of course, with Xplane is that when you first open it, it looks incredibly complex. But if you remember that the settings screen is in sections, it's really quite straightforward. Look at what each section is called, rather than just looking at the whole thing and freaking yourself out. It is really quite simple. So that's it. It's a very quick vlog today. I wasn't even planning on doing one, but I thought let's get the settings issue out of the way, because I get so many questions about settings. Almost on a daily basis somebody will write to me, what are your PC settings? The other thing I will say, and I've said it before, is that settings are always subjective. So however you set it up is entirely up to you. And my view has always been, if it looks okay to you and you're happy with it, then that's all that matters. Don't forget though, that bottom number, which is your VRAM, the amount of VRAM that you use, must be less than the VRAM on your graphics card. So if you've got a 2 gig graphics card, you make sure that number is less than 2 gig. You want it around about 1100. If you've got a 4 gig graphics card, you can use up to 3/4 of that amount if you wish by turning different things on. Okay, I hope that helps, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.